How is it going, Databytes? No Data here, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Roblox Murder Mystery 2. And today on Murder Mystery 2, we are going to talk about the next update that is coming to the game. In case you guys did not know, the Halloween event for Murder Mystery 2 is officially over. Nicholas ended the event. I think it ended on Thanksgiving Day, but I'm not completely certain about that. So yeah, the Halloween event is over. If you have any extra candies from the event, go ahead and spend them. If you can't spend them on anything, just go into the currency conversion and convert those candies into coins. If you have any excess candies, be sure to spend them now before the next update, because after that update, well, those candies are just gonna go away. If you have enough candies for the box or the battle pass, I believe you can still open them if you have the candies, but there's no other way to get candies otherwise. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the Halloween event. I think it was awesome. But that aside, we are going to focus on the next event, which is the Christmas event. That is right, guys. December is just around the corner, so you know what that means. It is Christmas time, the holidays are coming, and we are going to get a really cool Christmas event. Honestly, I'm really hyped for this event. I am way more hyped for the Christmas event than I am for the Halloween event. I just feel like there's always a lot more to the Christmas event. I feel like there's just more content to it. I feel like game developers take what they've learned from the Halloween update and then kind of expand for the Christmas event. And most of the time, that just makes the Christmas event objectively better. So I don't know. I'm way more excited for the Christmas event, but go down into the comments. Let me know what you guys are more hyped for. Are you more hyped for the Halloween event, or are you more hyped for the Christmas event? Because I always feel like the Halloween event is the most hyped event, but I'm always more looking forward to the Christmas event. But anyway, in this video, we are going to speculate about everything regarding the Christmas event. We are going to talk about what is very likely to be in this event, what we can expect to see, and we're just going to speculate what will happen in this event. Now, I actually made a speculation video on the Halloween event, and I was completely wrong. And honestly, I've never been more happy to be incorrect, because I feel like Nicholas gave what I wanted instead of what I expected. So honestly, that is awesome. So yeah, my last speculation video was just completely incorrect. So for this video, maybe I'll get it right, maybe I won't. I definitely have a lot higher expectations for this event, but we're just going to speculate about the possibilities. So if you guys are excited for the Christmas event, then be sure to drop a like on this video, helps out a whole lot, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. As soon as the Christmas event comes out, I'm going to be making some videos on it, so be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you can see those videos. And also, guys, don't forget to use star code PURPLE when you're buying Robux and Roblox Premium, because it really helps me out to continue making these videos. Alright, and let's go ahead and talk about what we can expect to see in this event. So the first and most obvious thing that we can see from the Christmas event is a battle pass. You know, I said this in the Halloween event as well. Pretty much every event has a little 30-tier battle pass where you can go through the tiers, you can get a bunch of different items. It costs candies to buy the tiers, and the 30th and final tier will give a brand new ancient. Now, for the past 2 years in Murder Mystery 2, the battle pass ancient for the Christmas event has always been an axe. That is right, it's always been an axe knife. In 2019, we got the log chopper, and in 2020, we got the icebreaker. And both of those were really cool ancient axes. Now, again, for the Halloween event, the past 2 years, we had ancient scythes, so I predicted we would get another ancient scythe, and I was completely wrong. We actually got a really cool ancient gun for the battle pass. I guess I wasn't completely wrong, because we did get an ancient scythe for the Evo Knife, but I'll get into that a little bit later. The point is, I was completely wrong with the Halloween event. I thought we were going to get an ancient scythe, but instead we got a really cool ancient gun. It was a crossbow. It was super cool. So a lot of people are wondering, is Nicholas going to do this again? Are we going to get another ancient gun for the Christmas event? And I'm going to say probably. I think we're going to get another gun for the Christmas event. The reason for that is we still don't have a lot of ancient guns. We have the harvester, and that's it. There's no other ancient guns in Murder Mystery 2. And not to mention, Nicholas got a lot of praise and positive feedback from the harvester. And, you know, that was an ancient gun. He got a lot of praise for that. So I'd imagine for the Christmas event, he would do that again. As for me personally, I don't really mind either way, whether it's a gun or a knife. I mean, we already got an ancient gun this year, so I'm already happy. I wasn't even expecting to get an ancient gun in the first place. That being said, if we do get an ancient knife this year, I hope we get an ancient gun next year for the Christmas event. Maybe it could have like an alternating system where each year one event gets an ancient knife and one gets an ancient gun. So maybe this year Halloween can have the gun, and Christmas can have the ancient knife. And then next year, there would be a Halloween knife and a Christmas gun. I don't know, maybe that's something that can happen, but again, logically, I think we're probably going to get another ancient gun for the Christmas event. For the battle pass, I just feel like that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, let me know down in the comments, what do you guys want to see for the battle pass ancient? Do you want a knife or do you want a gun? And if you have any specific ideas for a knife or a gun, let me know. But anyway, moving on to the next part of the event, we have the box. To no one's surprise, every single event has a special limited time box where you can unbox some knives and guns. And while this event is probably going to be no different, we are probably going to get a special limited time Christmas box that you can open with a special currency, probably snow tokens. And this box will have a bunch of different things. We're going to have some commons and some uncommons, but of course there will be an incredibly low chance of unboxing a godly. So yeah, we're probably going to see a brand new godly knife or gun in this box. Nothing really out of the ordinary. We have this pretty much every single event. However, something that is incredibly noteworthy when it comes to the box is the chroma. As you guys know, with all of the regular boxes and some of the event boxes, there is a very low chance of getting a godly, but there is also a really low chance of getting a chroma godly, which is basically the version of the godly that constantly changes color, and it's much more valuable than the regular godly. Now, if you guys recall, back in 2018, we actually got a chroma godly for the box. We have the chroma gingerblade, but for the past 2 years, 2019 and 2020, we did not have any chromas in the box. We just had a regular godly with no chroma. And we had the same with the Halloween event, so I predicted that we would not get a chroma for the 2021 Halloween event, but again, I was completely wrong. To everybody's surprise, we actually got a new chroma for the Halloween event. We got the chroma candle flame. It is still a super valuable knife, and I was really surprised to hear that there was a chroma this year, because again, because of the past 2 years, I kind of expected that we were not going to get any more event chromas. That was just a 2018 thing, but no, to everybody's surprise, we got a new chroma godly for the Halloween event, and it's pretty safe to assume that we are going to get another new chroma for the Christmas event. When it comes to the decision of having chromas in events, Nicholas is pretty consistent each year. In 2018, we got a chroma for the Halloween event, so as a result, we got a chroma for the Christmas event. And then obviously for 2019 and 2020, we didn't get any chromas for the Halloween events, therefore, we didn't get any chromas for the Christmas events. So the same general principle applies here. We got a chroma for this year's Halloween event, so this year, it's pretty safe to assume that we are going to get another chroma for the Christmas event. So yeah, that is really exciting. I'm really excited to see the next chroma godly. It is going to be absolutely insane because people go crazy whenever there's a brand new chroma added into the game, and we're probably going to see one this event. So yeah, a battle pass and a box, those are the two staples of an event. Obviously, we're going to get those. Now we're going to move on to parts of the event that might happen. They've happened in the past, but they may or may not happen this year. And I think another big thing that we can expect from this event is an Evo Knife. So as you guys recall from the Halloween event, Nicholas introduced a brand new concept called an Evo Knife. And basically an Evo Knife kind of behaves like a shop godly. You buy it with Robux, but when you spend the Robux, you actually only get a rare. However, if you use that rare and grind experience with it, the knife will actually gain some experience with you, and then with enough experience, the knife can evolve into a better version of the knife. So again, in the Halloween event, we got a Reaver Evo Knife, and when you spent the Robux, you would just get a normal, average, everyday rare. But as you use that rare, eventually it evolved into a legendary, and then a godly, and then it eventually became an ancient knife. So you went from a rare knife to an ancient. So it was pretty exciting. So that was a pretty neat concept. And again, I think this is something that Nicholas is going to do again for the Christmas event. We're probably going to get another Evo Knife where you'll spend Robux, you'll get a rare, and then you can eventually grind that into a godly and an ancient. This is a pretty new concept that I think Nicholas wants to experiment with a bit more. Now, another interesting thing to note is the Reaver Evo actually evolved into an ancient scythe. So again, I wasn't completely wrong when I said we were going to get an ancient scythe for the Halloween event. It just ended up being the evolution knife instead of the battle pass. but we did eventually get an ancient scythe. So if we go off from that logic, I do think that we are going to get an ancient axe of some kind in this event. If we don't get it from the battle pass, then we are probably going to get an ancient axe from the Evo Knife. Or better yet, maybe for this event, Nicholas will switch it up a bit and we will actually get a Evo gun for the Evo weapon. So we will get a rare gun, and then eventually that could evolve into an ancient gun of some kind, and then obviously we would just get an ancient axe for the battle pass. I think it would be pretty cool to get an Evo gun. I think that would be a really interesting concept. I'd imagine that'll happen eventually. So let me know what you guys think about that. Do you want an Evo gun as an Evo weapon? Because I think that would be really, really cool. Again, right now we only have one Evo knife. Obviously it has 4 different forms, but we only have one Evo knife. So it would also be pretty cool to have one Evo gun to go with it. And also, if you guys recall from the previous Christmas event, we actually had 2 shop godlies. We had the peppermint and the cookie blade. I don't know if we're gonna get 2 shop godlies this time around. I mean, technically for the Halloween event, we didn't get a shop godly at all. But going off of that, I think it would be really cool if this year we got both a shop godly and an Evo knife. Because again, while the Evo weapon is overall a pretty cool concept, I think it does have some flaws. So if we have a shop godly to go with it, I feel like we would have the best of both worlds in that department. I don't really know. Let me know what you guys think, because I think that would be pretty cool to get both a shop godly and an Evo. But moving on to the next part of the event, we are probably going to get another sort of system like the Santa's Magic and the Santa's Spirit. So as you guys remember, with the past 2 Christmas events, we had the Santa's Spirit and the Santa's Magic. And these were 2 special legendaries that you could get in exchange for other normal everyday weapons. So if you guys recall, during these Christmas events, you would get a special set of knives and guns that you would normally get from the regular boxes, like Cardboard and Clown and Splash. You know, all those regular commons and legendaries and rares, all those regular stuff. You would have a certain list to give to the St. Nicholas, and if you exchange these knives, you would get a special legendary knife. So this could happen again for this year's event. I don't really know. Nicholas definitely switched it up for the Halloween event this year, so you know, maybe the special Santa legendary isn't gonna happen this time around. But either way, if I were you, I would focus on getting every single knife and gun in those boxes. Get as many of them as you can, because even though you can't grind coins for the special currency in the event, you can grab those knives, and if you have every single knife and gun from the box, then you will definitely be able to have the list to exchange those knives and get the special Santa legendary. So I highly recommend that you guys hop on a Murder Mystery 2, grind some coins, and just try to get all those extra commons from the boxes that you don't have yet. It's good to have at least one of everything so that you can go ahead and grab that Santa legendary, if it exists. I don't know if it's gonna exist this year, but I would be prepared if I were you. The next thing that we can expect from the Christmas event, and this is something I really want to come back, it is the gifting system. So for the past 2 years, we had a special gifting system, and essentially for this system, you could exchange a certain amount of currency to buy a present. And with this present, you can actually give it to somebody else, and they will actually get a knife or a gun. They will get a knife from you for absolutely free. It won't come out of your inventory or anything, but you obviously will have to buy the presents. And when you give them the present, it'll actually give them a completely random knife or gun from a regular box. It actually has an increased chance of giving them a knife or gun that they need for the Santa legendary. So yeah, you can be generous and you can give people presents with the coins you have, but you also get a reward for being generous. If you give 100 gifts, you will actually get a special godly. I personally really love this system. I think it was really cool to be rewarded for being generous to people. I just always thought that was super duper fun, and I really hope that this is something we see yet again for this year. Again, I'm a little nervous because Nicholas seems to be changing up the events a bit, so there's a small chance that we might not get the gifting system again, but I really hope that's not the case because I really like the gifting system. I love being generous and getting a reward for it. And again, you'll probably get a brand new godly out of it, so it's really exciting. But guys, last but not least, the final thing that we can expect from this event is a leaderboard. As you guys know, with every single event, there is a special leaderboard where if you get in the top 100, you can get a special unique knife or gun. And if you manage to make it in the top 3, you actually get a special weapon of your own that nobody else in the game has. These trophies are sadly not tradable, but they are some of the rarest weapons in the entire game. Obviously, for the Halloween events, we get one leaderboard where it depends on your candies. So the more candies you grind, the higher you'll be on the leaderboard. But for the Christmas event, we generally get 2 different leaderboards. Obviously, the first leaderboard is just the grinding leaderboard. Same with the Halloween leaderboard. You would just grind a special currency. You would just go in the game and you would grab as many snow tokens as possible. And the more you had, the higher you would be on the leaderboard. But for the Christmas events, there is generally a second leaderboard for the gifting system. So there is a gifting leaderboard where the more presents you give to people, the higher up you would be on the leaderboard. So again, that was another incentive to give people presents, because the more you gave, you could, eventually get a unique weapon from the leaderboard. Obviously, the gifting leaderboard is very pay to win, because obviously the more Robux you have, the more tokens you'll be able to buy, and then you can buy those presents to give. But I didn't really mind that pay to win leaderboard, because we also had the regular grinding snow token leaderboard, which you cannot pay to win. For the grinding leaderboard, you have to get those tokens in game. If you buy tokens, it won't count for that leaderboard. So that leaderboard is sort of a grinding, non-pay to win leaderboard. And then the gifting leaderboard is just a pay to win leaderboard. So if you don't have the time to grind, you can just pay Robux to get on that leaderboard. So again, if the gifting system returns, we can probably see it 2 different leaderboards. And again, that is something that I really hope happens. If you guys recall, last year for the Christmas event, I actually grinded the gifting leaderboard, and I actually got 11th place to get myself a special red ice blaster. And if there is a gifting system with a leaderboard, I will definitely grind that leaderboard once again. I will absolutely pay the Robux to give you guys some presents to get on that leaderboard. So yeah, again, hopefully we can see the gifting system so that we can get on that leaderboard. But yeah, guys, that is going to be it for this video. There's a lot to this Christmas event, so many moving parts. Obviously, we have the battle pass and the box. We're probably gonna get an Evo knife. Hopefully we can get the gifting system back. Maybe we'll get a Shop Godly and a Santa Legendary. I don't really know about those. Those are a bit dicey. But let me know what you guys think, and what do you guys want to see in this Christmas event? Let me know what you guys want to see. And if you have a completely new idea for the event, let me know as well. Just, go crazy. Let me know what you guys want to see for this event. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Roblox Murder Mystery 2. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and those other things that YouTube people do. And I will see you guys in the next video. Stay purple.